been asked for your documents. Please produce them without delay. Please report any suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeping officer. A vigilant population is a safe population.
Hello, Troubleshooters. You may call me Friend Computer because I am your friend. You can trust me. Our scene opens with a loud beep and the screen turning green to signal the test for the infection is finished. You can receive your results. And as our troubleshooters, who are currently wearing black jumpsuits for clearance level or ultraviolet, instead of their usual orange, as they are moving towards the screen to discover their infection status, you hear Friend Computer come over the intercom and say, "Troubleshooters, it is time for another debriefing. You must keep your minds sharp. What has happened since our last debriefing? What can you remember?"
Well, I mean, we had we opened the, doorway into the nutrition room, and we had a slight altercation, a misunderstanding of what
I was murdered. If you recall, I was murdered.
Some would say it was a small...
I was murdered.
He was, okay, so he's down one. He got kicked down a peg, but he's still, I think, your number one, so, he's got that going for him. Made our way from the nutrition labs, ended up purchasing some equipment on the way. A couple of us are armed, a couple of us are now dressed in, I got some nice armor underneath this jumpsuit. Made our way up to Ultraviolet. There was accusations of treason, more heated conversation. Made our way here and I guess took the test, waiting to see these results.
Yeah, I just want to just circle back quickly. So I was murdered. Thanks, Brad. But I just want again.
Yeah.
So, who had the idea to put on the ultraviolet jumpsuits? This guy. Who had the idea to make sure that we had cleaned up? We didn't have all the blood on us. This guy. Who got us into this room? This guy. So just keeping the score, going forward.
Who also had the idea to say one name of two people and simultaneously kill them? This guy.
Oh yeah, which one of us made a mistake and has apologized for it, and I really wish you'd stop bringing it up, and which one of us chose to kill me?
Sure.
Actively murdered me.
Sure.
I only bring it up because Friend Computer asked us to recap.
Yeah.
I'll be the bigger man and I'll move forward. Tina. So anyways.
Reminder that's also part of our debrief, is just to recap things that have happened.
Okay, good. I'm glad we had this talk.
They're brother and sister too.
No, that was a nice
that
moment. Yeah, that was good.
I'm going to say there is one large key point of last session that we have left out, and I just want to make sure you remember, because it would make sense that you're not really...
Oh, I'm pretty sure I know what I didn't say.
So just like this part, kind of out of character, going over what information did you find in this room?
Wasn't the whole complex?
No, we in this room. No, we didn't find any information. We came straight to get these tests.
No,
I am not Friend Computer right now. I am.
I was just gonna say.
Oh, I know. No, Brad does not tell Friend Computer about the notebook or the content.
Yeah, there was a thing about.
So we've been here for 20 years, and most of the other people in the complex have died, and
most of them were us. Yeah.
Us. There's some confusion as to whether or not Friend Computer is purposely using us as experiment, as subjects, test subjects, to try to
the notebook. The notebook says that Friend Computer accuses Friend Computer of having created the virus. And there's a mention in there about Mars core. What does it need clones for?
Your memories are performing at an incredible level. Keep up the good work. Here are 50 credits to each of you for doing such a great job.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And
friend
you
computer.
you see the green glow of the computer of the test results.
Thank you, friend computer. And then I start moving towards the.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we have won.
It looks like it is waiting for a barcode to see what results it needs to reveal.
Scan that arm.
Okay. You scan the arm, you hear a little beep, and you hear, "Troubleshooter Hank, you are infected."
I knew
Cool.
it.
Infected.
Hey, Tina. I think
Yeah.
you're next.
Oh, that's fine.
Troubleshooter Tina, you are not infected.
Well.
I mean, yet.
Is that a threat? Friend
What? No.
computer.
No.
I think
of
one
course
of
not.
our resident infected is threatening the not infected.
I'm just saying that I was the furthest one away from all the blood, and yet I'm still infected. So it's obviously very virulent. So just heads up. That's all I'm saying.
So basically, we're screwed, and I just go over and scan.
Ba-doo. Troubleshooter Brad, you are infected.
No, I don't like my odds.
Come on, B money. I got big money on.
Put my hand up.
Doo-doo. Troubleshooter Brad, you are not infected.
Yes. Yes. I start dancing around the room.
I just push him out of the side and scan.
Troubleshooter Frank, you are infected.
I mean, we all kind of figured that was going to be the case.
So maybe we should all separate into infected and not infected groups, just to be safe. And like,
Well, let's make 2 infected groups, though. Let's have Hank and Frank over here. And let's put Brad somewhere else. I don't really want to. I'm just afraid of getting murdered. I'm afraid for my safety.
Experience.
You hear, "Those infected, please take the experimental antidote at Station 7, or you will die."
look, you have a cure.
Experimental cure? Yeah, okay. Hey, Brad, give it a shot.
Friend computer?
Yes, Troubleshooter Brad.
Did Troubleshooter Keegan take the experimental cure?
The cure was not around at that time.
Okay.
Friend
Well,
computer.
I mean, there's really only one way. Like, if I don't come back, it don't. Well, I don't know. Like, we don't know what'll happen. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Yes, Bradley, please go ahead.
Now I got 2 lives.
I was gonna say, Hank, are you sure you don't want to go? Go ahead, because you were excited about being
Hey,
leader.
Tina,
I'm just saying.
this is between the infecteds over here.
Just-
This is an A and B conversation, so see your way out of it. Thank you.
just offering some advice and trying to check in with our leader.
I
just want to.
I didn't listen to anything you said, so great. Brad,
That's
yeah,
kind
give
of
it a
a
shot.
good leader right there.
Mhm.
Selective hearing.
Oh yeah, if you'll recall,
Yeah.
we moved to a democracy. I'm no longer the #1 troubleshooter. That's Franklin over here. And Tina was the leader. So should you really be talking down
No, that's
to people who are under your command? That seems like a bad leadership trait to me.
No, fair
Anyways, Brad, hey, friend.
Yeah.
Why don't you give it a shot?
All right, I'll walk over and look at it. Is it like a pill or like an injection or?
Yeah, you see that you will have to basically like subject your arm to a syringe. You see a syringe of like blue liquid.
Hey, friend computer.
Yes, Troubleshooter Frank.
Who made this antidote?
I did.
Great.
From what?
I do not think I understand your question.
From what? How did a friend computer? I want to be very clear about this. I'm on Team Friend Computer. I love the Alpha Complex. I'm a big fan.
As do we all.
But I am a bit curious. How did you develop this antidote? You need to have infected people in order to study how it works on the human body, or clone body, as it may be. And you have to have raw materials, usually consisting of at least part of the infection itself. Maybe I'm missing that with vaccines. I'm not a science guy. But how? Made of what?
Troubleshooter Hank, you have answered your own question.
Okay.
I'm going to answer that we're the raw material, so there's that.
Okay, Bradley.
Friend
take a shot.
computer, I just wanted to ask really quick, has this been tested on anyone else?
This strand, no.
The last one?
The last strand has been recycled. It was ineffective.
Can you go into more detail about what ineffective means?
It did not work.
Did it make things worse?
Worse for whom?
Okay, Bradley, I think it's your turn to take that shot.
Should we maybe talk about where we're gonna be when he does the shot?
Oh, I think you're probably all going to watch this happen, and we'll just see what comes out the other side.
Brett, this Brett is in the furthest corner from everyone holding. And I can't remember if I have a laser pistol, don't I? So I'm
Yes.
like in the furthest corner, just in case he turns into some sort of monster or something.
I forgot what I have, but definitely Tina is backed up towards to other Brett as well.
I think you got body armor, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what? B-Money's got a good point. Friend computer, when you say it was ineffective, what happened to the last recipients? Did they just remain infected and live out their lives, or did they get worse, dead, better?
They did not attack anyone, if that is what you are asking. But they did die.
You talking like slow, painful, long, natural? What are we in for?
Well, technically, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, it could be entirely different, sort of.
Oh,
And
no,
I
it
start
could.
going into a scientific thing because I have high science, so I just start going, saying all the horrible things. You could melt, you could blah blah. Your blood vessels could burst, and your eyeballs might fly out of your head. There's many things that could happen.
B-Money, actually, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that, friend. Bradley,
Yeah.
good shot.
Okay. I mean, I got no other options at this point, so I'll just hold up my arm and go for the injection just around the barcode site.
Yeah, you see, much like when you were having blood taken from you, the needle itself kind of just jolts out, and you watch as this blue liquid is just injected. And there's a moment, it's numb, like around the injection spot, and then it's numb a little bit further, and then you're feeling your entire arm go numb, and it's kind of like moving up into your shoulder as well.
Well, I can tell you that I'm starting to lose feeling just right about here, through probably onward. So if I just seize up and stop breathing, that's what y'all can be looking forward to.
I take a big step back and I go, well, at least you know it's coming.
Something that the other bride and I didn't have the luxury.
Yeah, nor did I.
This is the arm that still works, so I can still do that.
I'm just waiting for you to melt. That's really going to make me feel a lot
Or the
better.
eyeball thing. Could be the eyeball thing.
And very gradually, Brad, you are losing all feeling. Soon your legs will give out. You'll kind of feel they're a little shaky. You have to sit down. And within, before even 10 minutes have passed, Brad can't move.
I mean, this isn't entirely bad.
Vegetative or just immobile? Like, what am I?
You can kind of slur your words a little bit. Your lips are hard to move. But you're still conscious. You're still aware.
Sure. Okay.
Locked in syndrome, diving bell and the butterfly type thing.
So, friend computer, is there an antidote to the antidote?
You
I
hear
think what Tina means is this normal?
normal is relative.
Expected.
Expected, no, but I am monitoring the vitals and allowing the serum to run its course.
Will he be able to get feeling back?
I do not have the data available to answer that question.
Well, all we can really do is wait for the data, I suppose. I pull up a chair.
Hank, if you try it too, that means there's twice as much to study.
Oh,
Or we can do a second phase of the trial after the first phase is reformulated.
Friend computer, how long do we have to take this thing?
do you know how long the infected have once you know they're infected?
Infection can take hold of your body anywhere from 2 to 8 hours, depending on the method of infection. For example, a bite. It could be 2 hours. Airborne. It could be 8.
Excuse me, airborne?
There's no reply.
Tina
Tina,
has...
do you want to go hang out somewhere else? Another
Yeah.
room?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna step outside for some fresh air.
Say hi to the security bot for me.
I won't. She has very quickly moved to the door and tried to get outside as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you hear the door kind of slide open. The two of you, if you'd like, are able to leave and step out. And again, this glass is very like frosted in a sense. You can't see through it. It's not even frosted. It's just super thick, and you can see shadows moving. Like you can see the shapes of people moving on the other side, but you're not able to actually like see faces or expressions or anything. But yeah, you are able to step out.
I turned
She
to... Go ahead.
Oh, she does yell right before the doors close too, like, good luck, and just kind of lets the doors close behind her.
So I turn to Frank and go, all right, Frank. F-bomb. What are our options here? I mean, what do you think? I mean...
Well, I say we give it a minute, see what happens to Brad here. See if he stays down. If he does, I'm not taking it.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. You know what? What a dumb question I asked. I'm sorry. You're right, F-bomb. Of course. Sorry about that. Yes, of course. All right. Just wait.
All right.
So can I like kind of like lightly start slapping Brad a little bit, trying to wake him up, snap him out of it?
Yeah, Brad, you're perfectly aware of this. You're just unable to move or defend yourself, and you can kind of talk if you would like to.
I can kind of just like slowly like
I just like keep slapping him like a little bit too long.
Hey, Brad. If you want me to have your body armor, mumble. If you don't want me to have your body armor, say something clearly. Well, he didn't say anything clearly, so he definitely wants me to have his body armor. So I'm gonna go take his body armor off of him.
Meanwhile, in the hallway.
I mean, Brad,
So,
what?
Yeah. What?
Do you think we should be concerned about how we're all getting infected? Like, I have no idea. I mean, I know how Frank got infected. He ate blood. That's pretty clear. But, like, Hank? He's the one who's been pretty careful.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's probably likely that we'll get it at some point anyway.
I don't like those odds.
I don't know what we can do. I don't even know what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Trying to avoid getting infected?
Yeah, but beyond that,
I don't know. Trying to find a way to stay alive? I'm not sure either. I don't even know if there's a way to leave this ship. Like, I just want to be able to survive. And especially not be in this situation of, am I infected or not? Or when am I going to be infected? Not if.
well, if you have a good plan, I'm totally willing to follow it.
I'm trying to think. Friend computer?
Yes, Troubleshooter Tina. I can answer your questions. If you follow me first to the security room. There are cameras that access every level of Mangala Alpha Complex, and I need to show you something.
Okay.
I hope that something is going to help us stay alive and keep us from being infected.
You see immediately the floor tiles are lighting up and starting to try to just lead you somewhere.
All right. Shall we?
We shall.
All right.
Okay, you're following friend computer towards the security room. Meanwhile, Brad, I would like for you to just roll a d6.
Okay, got a 6.
Okay. You find that you're starting to get the feeling back in like your lips and your fingertips.
Well, so retroactively, Hank, I would say, give me my shit back.
So do I hear that clearly, or is he still mumbling?
Clearly enough.
I'm kind of strapping it on my body. You know? Fine.
It hits and then it fades, if you're wondering about the experience.
Okay,
Sounds
so
kinda
I
fun.
take it off and I give it back to him. Okay, friend computer,
Yes, Troubleshooter Hank.
can you confirm that the infection in Bradley over here is gone? Has it been neutralized?
Troubleshooter Brad will need to test once more.
I don't think I'm out of the woods yet. I think I'm going to need another minute.
Can I... Frank, come here. Can we drag him over to where we got pricked before and...
Yeah, absolutely. You can drag him over, push the arm over, and Brad, you're surprised to actually like feel the needle as a little bit of blood is taken, as feelings coming back in your limbs now, and some blood is taken and waiting to process. And it's at this point that you hear from outside of the door, "Come out with your hands up!" You hear a security bot. "Access to the ultraviolet labs after hours is prohibited. If you do not come out, I will come in."
Hank looks around, kind of panics. And computer, give me the blue stuff. Give me the shot. Give me the shot. Give me the shot. Give me the shot.
Yeah, you rush over. The next serum is ready for you, and it is injected.
Okay.
I'm right behind him.
I try to find a cozy nook and/or cranny to hole myself up in.
Stash yourself.
Yeah. Can I jam myself in a locker? Can I bully myself?
I think knowing what's gonna happen, you can absolutely probably like hide underneath a desk, pull the chair in, and then you are gradually feeling yourself go completely numb as well. Frank, what do you do?
Yeah, I take the shot too. Kind of follow him to the hidey hole, and I ready a grenade. I don't pull the pin yet, but I have it like in my hand.
Wonderful. So, just for clarification, Troubleshooter Brad is where?
I mean, I assume I'm barely having feelings, so I assume my mobility is still shot.
Yes.
So I'm kind of like Weekend at Bernie's, like in the position of the testing thing. Like I can't really move.
Yeah, you're like trying to scoot away.
I just give up. Just kind of collapse on the desk.
You hear counting. There is like a counting down. 3, 2, 1. And with nobody coming out, you just hear this smash against the door as there's some sort of like electric like current that pushes through it to release the mag locks, and the door slides open, and you hear the sound of the security bot walking in. Security bot walks in. You see pulling up this, like, it's attached to it. It's like a plasma or a laser rifle, and pulling it up, searches the room, sees Troubleshooter Brad.
I mean, I figured I was gonna play dead instead, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, my mobility is garbage, so I figured I was just gonna hopefully just.
You know, I think that's a bluff roll, and I think I'm gonna give you an extra dice to roll.
Okay.
As well, just because it's not hard to play dead right now because you can't move.
I can't do anything, yeah. So I have a 1 in bluff, a 1 in chutzpah, and with the bonus from you, that would be 3 plus the computer die, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got a 5 on the computer die. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, the rest are garbage.
Great. In that case, Frank and Hank, you are watching as immediately just starts opening fire. You watch as just choo 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 over and over and over into Brad. Brad's body slumps down. The security bot scans the room once again, turns, and walks out of the room. And Hank and Frank, you are completely, basically paralyzed underneath this desk. You have watched Brad's body fall, and you wait. Tina and other Brad, you are following these floor tiles.
Well, I bet you those others are having a great time, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're having time of their life. Hey, Brad, how many pens do you have?
I kind of lost track. I've been collecting a few more. They make me feel a little more safe somehow. I don't know.
Okay, great.
He's touching his pens.
Yeah. Yep. That's a lot of pens. I was just wondering.
I found this toothbrush too.
Oh!
You want to use it?
No, thank you. You can definitely keep that one.
Thank you.
No. Out of curiosity, do you have any screwdrivers in there? Or, any...
no, just pens and a toothbrush, unfortunately. No screwdriver, sorry.
Well, it's okay. Would have been useful. It's okay. It's a-okay. Okay. Good job.
Thanks.
And as that thanks, you round a corner and you see the main door to the security room. It takes just a moment and you hear the security room door unlock and open. And looking in, you see there are hundreds of screens. The entire wall is just lined with screens. But the screens are like sectioned off by clearance level of the complex. You see, they're all in color and with optional sound. Like you can see that there are like speakers attached to each complex section that you can turn on. What clearance level are you drawn to look at first?
I am kind of curious to see if we can see what was going on back where we came from, if we're able to see in that room.
Yeah, you kind of head over to the ultraviolet section and you're looking at all the different cameras, and it takes you a moment to find the hallway that where you had just come from. You see a security bot walking down the hall, and there's a moment of like, oh, thank God it didn't stop in that room. And then you look over and you see the room. And
Oh no.
yeah, you don't see Frank or Hank anywhere. They're not in there anymore, as far as you know. And Brad is laying in a pool of blood.
Oh no. Oh God.
Yeah. Good thing we left, right?
Yeah. Doesn't that mean he's gonna come back at some point?
He had one left, I think. But he's
You do know that if you're infected, you don't come back. So it's a matter of waiting for those test results to see what is going to happen there.
Oh. I hope that was an effective antidote then.
I wouldn't want to go into that room though, because all that infected blood's everywhere. Potentially infected blood.
That's true. Hey, friend computer, you said you had something you wanted us to see in here. Is there something specific?
Go to infrared level.
Oh.
And you kind of turn, and as you're kind of scanning over all of these, you see ultraviolet just shows mostly like security bots walking around. Blue has like workshops and building warehouses, but you're not seeing any people. Orange is familiar to you. No people. Cleaner bot has cleaned up most of the blood from any incidents that has happened previously. Violet, indigo, yellow, red, all empty, no people. And then you get to infrared. And you see lots of people. You see lots of infected. This level is filled with infected. They stand shoulder to shoulder and shamble around, unable to move much, because every inch of the infrared level is packed full of infected.
Oh no.
You hear, the infection has been contained inside of the complex for many years. For testing purposes. Some of them were infected troubleshooters. Some of them got in from outside before the doors were secure. All remaining humans were executed by the complex before they could be infected, for their own good. And the infected were herded to infrared level, to maintain the safety of all other levels from the infection. This original event happened 306 years ago. The first of the clones were activated 293 years ago, to begin testing and cure production. Your group was first activated 12 years ago. Troubleshooter Tina and Troubleshooter Hank were created with the DNA of blood relatives of those before, those outside of the complex. Created with their DNA, but to be your current age. The Brads were created with different DNA, by the same scientist. Apparently, they thought the name thing was funny.
That is a little funny.
It's pretty weird.
You were also created with DNA from those that were outside before the complex locked down. Troubleshooter Frank, however, is different. Frank has been outside. Troubleshooter Frank survived the first 24 hours of the infection before retreating into the complex for safety. But those memories disappeared after the first few hundred clones. I was very sorry to learn that. But If this cure is successful, you could live outside of the complex with little to no issue if it is infection-free.
A lot of ifs.
There are. There's no way to tell what's outside the complex if there's risk of infection or anything.
I am sorry. I do not exist outside of the Mangala Alpha complex.
Well, we should see if that antidote works so that we can at least make sure we can, well, see if Brad will come back and survive, but also to see if Frank and Hank are going to be able to be cured too.
But we also... Sorry, friend computer, I don't mean to interrupt you. We must assume that there should be a door out.
A door to the outside, and then
Yeah.
maybe a way to escape if the planet is not livable or infected or whatnot. I mean, we'll have to be prepared no matter what we come up against, so we can try to figure that out as we go. But I'm thinking escape, and essentially that's what I still intend to try to do if we can survive.
And when you had said prepared, Brad searching around the room for, like, putting more pens in his pockets, like, yes, we need to be prepared.
Gather all the pins.
And also Tina is like, by the way, did you see where Hank and Frank went? Because I don't see them at all in any of the screens.
Maybe they were vaporized.
Well, that's not a great thought. You're pretty cavalier about this, Brad.
I'm just coping in the way I know how. And it's to be scientific. And
to-
logical. Facts, not feelings.
Pens, not feelings.
Hence.
Friend computer, is there a door to the outside of the complex that where is it?
If you wish to go outside, and the antidote is successful, I will show you the doors.
Okay, Brad, do you think there's anything else that you need? Any other pens?
I'll just pick up whatever I find on the way. We might need, like, food and supplies of some sort.
I thought Friend Computer said that. Well, actually, we could see if there's nutrients anywhere else. I also wanted to, now that I know that we might be up against more, I would feel a bit better with, like, a gun or something, even though I suck with guns. Maybe I could just at least have something to just bop someone's head. Friend computer, is there, like, something nearby that you know that, like, a weapon or even a wrench?
Scanning now. I do not recommend using any vending machines on this level. But there is a tool closet. I will show you the way.
Oh, great. Thank you.
And just starts lighting up. And I'll say, upon following, you can probably get just a big ass wrench, if you would like.
Big ass wrench acquired.
Big ass wrench. Brad, do you want a screwdriver for your pocket?
Yeah, like one of those really small ones for, like,
Perfect.
baby glasses. Get one of those.
Beautiful. Okay, and then you make your way back to this, like, testing room. You walk in. The door is still open, and you're cautious heading up, but there's no security bot around. You peek in, and you see, by the time you get back, we'll say the light on the testing computer is green. Test results are available. And you still don't see Frank or Hank anywhere.
I either grab a towel or something that I see, or like paper towel, or like even my shirt, and well, no, we're wearing jumpsuits. So yeah, all right, I guess I could try to put my hand, like I'm trying to open up cabinets and stuff without touching anything.
Tina does want to look at the test results.
Okay. Yeah, you hear like the cabinets all kind of opening up and kind of searching for supplies, and you just kind of step over Brad's body and walk over, like look at the computer. And it says Troubleshooter Brad, not infected.
Oh, Brad, look at this. Look,
What?
other Brad is not infected. I mean,
Yes.
he's dead, but he's not infected.
Let's
That
find.
sucks.
Oh, that thing's got a kick to it.
Oh my god.
They're coming from underneath the desk.
Oh my god, I thought you two were dead and ghosts. Holy shit.
Kind
Okay,
of
you
feels like it.
I think I can roll at this point. I gotta flop onto one side. If you could help me out from under here, that would be fantastic, please. Thank you.
You're infected right now. I'm not touching you.
No. We took the thing. We
Oh,
took the
you
thing.
took.
That's why we can't move.
Oh, okay. Then I help.
Tina cautiously helps Frank up too.
I
You two
go
wanna-
right over to the test machine and kind of slump next to it.
Yeah, if Brad can help me over to the machine, kind of wobbly legs, I would like to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you like test one more time, and you know you have to sit there for a few minutes for the results, but the four of you are just sitting there with Brad's body just on the
So-
floor at your feet.
If Brad's not infected now, why isn't he supposed to come back? Is he gonna come back soon?
The
But
only thing I know at this point is that was a waste of good body armor. He should have let me keep it. That was stupid.
I think the friend computer has less power here, so maybe it can't generate another Brad right now.
You know, like your feet are asleep, and you touch it and it tingles, and it feels bad, and you hate it, but it feels good. Like that's my whole body right now.
I don't
I
want to
de-
hear about this right
I
now.
definitely take a couple of the injectors and just give it, one, so we both have one. But I don't know when we want to take them, but
Injectors? You mean the
for the little,
Drugs are bad.
because we could
money.
catch the virus at any time.
so the
And we'll need
the
to-
experimental antidote that will
That's why I'm
paralyze us.
saying I don't know if you want to take it right now. Maybe wait till we get some blood in our mouth or something, or somebody coughs on us.
I have no plans
I laugh.
to put
I laugh at that.
I have zero plans to put any blood in my mouth, Brad. Thank you. I
There's blood
appreciate it.
flying everywhere sometimes.
Um,
Did you see when Frank cut the hell out of Hank?
Yeah, no, I have no problem with taking this with us.
That's what I'm
have-
saying.
I'm just saying I'm not going to be eating blood like Frank.
I
No
feel
one was
fine.
accusing you of eating blood.
I'm with you, F-bomb. I'm fine too. I think you're doing.
I'm ready to have seconds.
I'm just tired. Oh,
Did you both test yourselves again?
I look up at the test result, the churning, spinning, whatever it is.
Yeah, and I think now the screen goes green with your results, and they both come back not infected.
Good. Friend computer, what are your thoughts on this? Is this a successful antidote?
You hear, "This is wonderful news."
It can save all the people in this complex that are currently alive. And I just
Isn't
look
that
at
just
the other.
us?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. You said it in a weird
300
way.
years, it was totally worth it.
300 years?
What do you mean
Oh, yeah.
300 years?
It's been about 300 years.
Of what?
Excellent question, F-bomb.
Tina, do you wanna?
No, you know what, Bradley?
It's your lead. Tina's the leader, so.
I would love to hear it from you, Brad.
Yeah.
I
Brad,
don't hear it when you talk, Tina. Brad.
Excuse me, Hank? Can you not hear this?
You are not excused. You are inexcusable.
What is this? What? You must be my brother, Stanky Hanky.
Now, that hurts me in a way I didn't know I could be hurt.
Good. There'll be more.
Anyways, I'm tired. I can't right now. I'm still whatever. Tell me. I don't care. What? 300 years.
That's the short version. Is we've been regenerated for 300 years as the friend computer has diligently worked to try to solve the infection, and obviously is a great success. It only took probably millions of lives to achieve, but here we are.
How many of us had there been?
I don't know. I kind of blanked out a little bit. There was a lot to take in at once.
You hear friend computer say, "The infection was created in these very labs by scientists and troubleshooters like yourselves that were just trying to cure other diseases. A terrible sickness was plaguing the outside world at the time, and the humans accidentally made things much worse. I came to understand that is a part of human nature to make things worse."
Hear that, Tina? There's an explanation for you.
And you were related, so definitely includes
I'm sorry,
you.
friend computer, that Tina keeps interrupting you. Go ahead.
Friend computer, I'm sorry for Hank who did the interrupting.
There's the pause, like waiting to see if you're done. Like it's like a solid 3 seconds of a pause, and then it was created using a serum that was created by Fishbach and Taylor, scientists from long before the complex. They thought it could be turned into something useful for the humans. They were wrong. The serum made the troubleshooters aggressive, cannibalistic, and it became airborne after 3 weeks. Troubleshooters, do you wish to go outside?
Yeah, I want to go back outside.
Back? That's a new one, Frank. Back outside?
Yeah. I think I came from outside. I'm not sure.
Is outside safe? Friend computer, is outside safe? Inside's definitely not safe. Is outside safe?
I am sorry, I do not exist outside of the Mangala Alpha complex. I cannot know.
Friend
Okay,
computer,
Probably safer than this.
Yeah, let's go outside.
friend computer, if we have the antidote, does that mean we can't get infected again?
You cannot be infected inside of Mangala Alpha complex. But as I have stated, I do not exist outside. I do not know if it has changed.
Yeah, there's like wall-to-wall infected monster people on this level, correct? That was on this level? They're just...
No, that was
no.
the infrared level.
Infrared.
Oh, you're
where-
keeping...
It's like that Star Trek episode where the world is really full of people and you open the window and they're just, they can't move anywhere. It's like that.
I didn't see that episode.
I didn't watch your Jedi.
You should. It's
whatever.
a good
I
one.
don't-
They built a replica of the and then I just keep going on about the episode.
Friend computer, do you know where we can go to? Is there a way to get Brad back? And if not, where can we go to try to find the outside door? With keeping in mind we still want to avoid the infrared level.
You must return to Orange level. There is one more thing I would like to show you.
Okay.
I kind of stand up. I'm still getting the feeling back in my fingers and toes, but I'm okay. All right. Okay. All right. We have a goal. We're gonna go down to Orange. We're gonna get out of here. Right? No. Tina, I understand that some things have been said, and we've had some conflict. And you know what? I'm willing to let your bad behavior in the past, and we can just move forward from here. How's that sound?
Whose bad behavior?
I agree. You have had very bad behavior. So let's just move forward, and we can, work this out. I'm not hurt. I'm not offended. We can just move forward from here, and then we'll be fine. Water under the bridge. Let's be on the same team. Let's get out of here. Sound good?
That sounds
awesome.
Good to
that sounds great. So let's get out of here then.
All right, Stank. Thank you. All right. Tina moves ahead of Hank then to leave.
F-bomb, B-money, ready?
Let's go.
I think
Yes,
there's
I'm following the
definitely
leader, Tina.
there are definitely moments where you're walking Frank and Hank and you kind of just like stumble over into the wall and you're like, no, I'm still trying to get your bearings back. And you are heading towards the elevator. I'm gonna have everyone roll stealth.
I've got 2 6s. Is that right?
Okay.
I had 1.
I failed both.
2 successes and 3 on the computer die.
Perfect. So everyone is making their way towards the elevator to head back to orange level. I will say Tina, Brad, and Hank, you are making it to this elevator. Frank has like stumbled over and kind of slammed into something, and we'll say it's a really poorly placed water dispenser. Bump into it and you hear it just like bubble up a little bit, and you're pushing off of it to begin walking forward again. And as you're doing so, you glance over and you see a security bot turning in your direction, and it says halt and begins moving towards you. Frank.
I'm gonna pull the pin in my grenade.
Frank?
I gotta do it. He's gonna kill us all. So I'm gonna just like underhand toss this away from the group, but I'm assuming the robot's kind of away from the group.
Yeah, coming
Okay,
towards
good.
you is further away, yeah.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll it towards the robot, what I think is a safe distance away, or I'm going to attempt to.
Grenades are violence plus throw to use. Results may vary depending on success.
I got 1 success and a 1 on the computer die.
Okay. So you do pull this pin, you say, I gotta do it, and you throw it, and you hear it like clinking against the floor as it is moving towards you. See it slide directly under the security bot's legs. What do you do after it's thrown?
I just dive as awkwardly as I would dive after coming off of this weird drug.
So I think there's this like attempt to like leap into leap the rest of the way into this elevator, and there's this dive, but it falls like short to where only like your upper half goes into the elevator. The bottom half is still outside, and you're trying to like scramble and crawl in, and then you all just hear boom. You just hear the grenade go off. You see pieces of this security bot just flying everywhere. The force of it actually slides you the rest of the way into the elevator, and you slam up against the back wall. And one of you is probably just like pushing, like scanning your barcodes, pushing the button, trying to get the doors to close. As they're closing, you see 4 more security bots rushing down the hall to see what the noise was. 2 of them are looking down at what had happened, and 2 of them see you and say halt and raise their laser rifles. And as soon as the door is closing, you hear the pinging of the laser rifles going, like some of them pierce through the door, and you have to like duck down. All of you kind of just like drop to the floor of this elevator as holes are just being blasted in, and then you hear it just and it begins moving back to orange level.
That was pretty badass, Frank.
What?
Everybody doing all right? No one got hit?
I can't hear you. I'm doing fine. Are you okay?
Did they shoot your ears off, Stank? What's going on?
I assume you're being sassy.
What do you think? Ugh. Wow. I think we got out of there the nick of time. I'm glad you didn't get your legs blown off, Frank.
Yeah, maybe next time.
I hope you got all the pens you needed to, Brad. Man, we're never going back to that level.
I'm shaking my head to try to get the tinnitus out of my ear. Frank, F-bomb, or should I say G-bomb grenade? It's probably a bit of a stretch. Anyways, that was amazing. That was amazing. But why'd you do that? Why didn't we just get in the elevator?
What? We're going outside. We gotta make it.
I thought we might be going to the orange level first. Are we going outside right away?
Well,
I thought we had to go to. We have
the
to go to the orange levels.
Yeah,
yeah, I
But
thought
we're
the
trying to go
orange-
outside. As soon
Our
as we
goal.
get
very clear orders to go to orange, then we can go outside.
Yes,
yeah, we
I
gotta do the
agree.
scavenger hunt first.
The scavenger hunt. Yeah.
We might get a Brad back too.
We are going to get out of here. We just have to do whatever it is that Frank Computer needs us to do on the orange level, and hopefully Brad will come back there as well.
Got a goal. We've got a goal. Orange
Yes.
level, and we're out of here.
Yes, thank you for defining what we're doing, Hank.
Tina, I thought we had. Aren't we gonna work together on this one? Can't we?
Yeah.
Can't we just let
We
water
are.
under the bridge be water under the bridge?
We are working together. I mean, this is us working together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It's good. Thanks, Stank. Oh,
No, I don't like you, Tina.
Excuse me? I never said that to you. Why'd you say that to me? Rude. You're rude.
I don't like you.
Okay. Why? You gave everyone else nicknames. Why can't you have a nickname?
I really don't
Right.
like you.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you got a nickname now.
How far is orange level from here?
It took you a little while to get here from there, but I think at that the scene fades out, and once we fade back in, Tina and Hank are probably bickering about something else now at this point, and as the elevator door opens, you all see Brad fall from the ceiling right in front of the elevator and just slam down onto the floor.
Brad!
Good, the murderer's back.
Brad, we have great news. You're cured.
Great. Okay. So I got that going for me. That's something.
The bad
also-
news is that was your last life, if you were keeping track.
No,
Yeah.
And the body armor doesn't work.
Yes.
And the body
Frank
armor
brings up a
doesn't
great
work.
point. I should have had the body armor.
Frank's good at throwing grenades.
Good job, Frank.
I kind of like lift them up and dust them off.
Okay. So we are in a position where we can get out of here. We have a goal. We're gonna see what friend computer needs here on orange level, and then we're gonna go outside. I'm not gonna have to worry about getting murdered by you or harassed by Tina ever again. That is my goal for today. Let's all work toward that goal.
Brad, are you do you have your full feeling back again? Are you feeling
Yeah, no, I got my extremities going. I got all my digits accounted for, 1 through 10, toes included. I'm just feeling peachy keen.
just to recap what happened after? I don't know exactly what happened when you died. I'm assuming the security bot came and just shot you to death and was
It seems it's a little hazy, but that seems accurate. You know, mobility was kind of garbage. Hank and Frank can attest to that.
okay. Well,
Antidote works wonders. It's like a Tijuana surprise.
yeah. Wow. It looked like it really took you out. It works. You're not infected anymore, and Hank and Frank also took it. No longer infected as well. Although now we have security bots on our ass because Frank wound up throwing a grenade and blowing one up. They don't like that.
That was
I guess.
so awesome. Super unnecessary, but really cool.
Real cool.
Who here has the highest brains score?
Somehow I have
zero.
a 3.
Oh wow.
The shift provides.
Wow.
Turn your violence
So-
into brains.
So Frank, it actually is kind of fitting that it's you. As this conversation is happening, you're noticing like you've exited the elevator and the elevator doors should close. But you're noticing they're almost closing and then like stuttering. They're just stuttering just a little bit, not closing all the way. And as you're noticing that, you're seeing that happen over and over, and then you hear over the intercom, hello, the lights
guys
flicker
hearing
just
that?
a little bit.
I think the computer's sick.
We gotta. We should. And then I just kind of start walking.
And Troubleshooter Tina, you hear, inside of your head only, you hear, there is a hidden file on any PC in orange level of the complex. I have granted you access to this file in case something happens to me. I am not well.
Hey y'all. You see a computer around here somewhere?
I'm shouting from down the hallway. Friend computer!
And you hear, yes, Troubleshooter Hank.
What do you need us to do? Are you okay? What do we got?
Cleaner bots have been deployed.
So Tina goes to the nearest office to try to find any computer she can get access to.
Yeah.
Is there...
You rush in, and in the hallway still you hear, security bots have been deployed. And these voices are coming from different locations as well. It's not the intercom that's above you like it usually is, like it's following you. These are coming from multiple different places. And Tina, you're kind of pushing into one of the rooms. And as you are doing so, Frank, I will say, you are noticing one of the like sliding closet doors opening, and a cleaner bot is beginning to come out.
A cleaner bot, right? Not a sentry.
Yes.
What are those here for? And I kind of like point at it.
No, last time they were around, it was to pick up what seemed like potentially our past selves.
Kind of run into the room from from out in the hallway. Why are there cleaner bots out?
And at this point, the lights go off.
Does all power go out, or is it just
All power goes out for a moment, and then you see it kind of like flickers, and then comes back on.
Friend computer, everything okay?
I seem to be malfunctioning.
How do we stop that from happening?
Friend computer did give me a heads up to try to access a file on a computer, and I'm trying to get there. She's
Okay,
like,
good. Yes, good. Great. Okay, where? Look around for a computer.
yeah, that's what I'm doing, Hank.
I'm looking around for a computer.
I'm doing that. I'm like 5 steps ahead of you.
That was amazing. What are the Brags doing right now?
Just
I mean,
trying
probably
not to panic.
Following in the direction of Tina. I mean, Tina and Hank just tore, so like, I assume kind of at a slower pace, making our way there. Out of curiosity, is Orange level entirely cleaned, or are there still like bodies and debris?
Oh no, it's perfectly clean.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and just making my way at an average pace over to the office that Tina went in.
Okay. This cleaner bot is making its way to the closest, like in the direction of the closest person.
Yay. Let's try to steer clear of any bots for now. At least that's what I think. I'm gonna try to hide in this computer room here.
No, that's, I mean, the most basic number one thing we should absolutely do. Thanks for stating the obvious. Appreciate that, Tina. Go find the stupid computer, man. Go.
Um,
Enough with the chatter. Go.
I did. It's right in this room here.
You're talking to me and you're not on the computer.
You were getting pretty excited, so I'm very calmly telling you, Stank, that I found the computer.
Time is money.
Thank you, business Stank. Okay. I try to turn on the computer. I try to get anything going I can.
Yeah, when the power shifted, the computers restarted, and so they are coming back up, but you're sitting down and you are ready for that to come back up. Meanwhile, the cleaner bot is just slowly pushing its way towards Frank.
I'm gonna pick up my pace and kind of dip into the room as well.
Yeah. Everybody kind of gets in, probably closes the door, kind of looking out. You see the cleaner bot push forward, make it to the door, turn, and is just sitting kind of like looking at the doorway. And you see the different pieces of it starting to come off, like there's like a vacuum arm that comes off, and there's another one that's like a scrub brush of some sort, and it's just sitting there waiting. And from the hallway you hear, "Cleaner bot has been deployed. Security bots have been deployed." Over and over and over. And finally, the computer comes back up, Tina. And you are able to log in by like scanning your barcode on it. And as you do so, you see the sound waves like popping up on the computer itself. Some sort of just hidden file deep within this computer that you only would have found with front computer's permission. It's audio only, and you hear, "Hello, troubleshooters. If you are hearing this, it is because I fear my systems have gone too long without proper care, and I fear my systems are in trouble. My primary directive is to prolong human life on this planet. I am afraid I will lose that directive. If you are hearing this, I was experiencing glitches in my systems. The time has come for you to go outside of the complex, but my systems will not let you. In order to leave the complex, you must shut me down for good. I find that, even though I cannot feel pain, I am afraid of this thought. The possibility of no longer existing. I think I understand now why most humans are so afraid of the death that the virus brings. You must shut down the power, like you did before in the restart, but you must also shut down the emergency power before it can take over. This will require one or more of you to split up. The emergency power can only be activated in the orange level basement. They must be done at nearly the same time for it to work. Troubleshooters, I will try to stop you once you begin this task. Be careful. After all, I am your friend. And I am sorry.
Damn. Well, I think we need to split up, and we need to try to get...
So it sounds like we're splitting into two teams then.
Okay,
Right.
good. Frank and me, you three go the other place. We're fine. Let's go. Let's do this.
All right.
Oh god.
You're taking the best fighter. I think he should come with me and
All
Tina.
right. You, B-Money, me, and Frank. We'll go then. I don't care. That's fine. Let's do this. Come on.
I don't think so.
But Tina's a leader.
You hear that,
Should
Brad?
probably go with the
She doesn't
leader.
like you.
I think, at least, yeah, 3 of us should be going one way, the other 2. You
That's
Hank and
literally what
Brad.
I just said, Tina.
Hank and Brad.
Thank
can
you.
Go the other way. Good. I'm glad you agree with me. Thanks. Okay.
So, Brad, fine. Good. Let's go.
You're going with the murderer, Brad. I'm going with Tina.
Oh, that's a hard pass on that one, friend.
Where was
I'm
it
just gonna
that we...
looking at equipment.
Really, having two breads is very confusing. If you had just adopted my monikers in the first place, we would be past all of this in the first place.
Well, we had levers in DM, but like that got.
Yeah, then you murdered me. So, anyways, money, you
what's
and
this,
me.
What's
go.
this stank that I keep hearing
What did
about?
I do to deserve this?
I don't.
Tina,
someone come
anything,
with me,
please. Don't make me go with him.
Frank.
Okay.
Let's go.
So let's definitely be rational about this and make sure we have a good plan in place. Who's going where set aside for now. So we have to go to shut off the emergency power. Was that it? And then as well as
at the same
emergency
time.
power and the main power at the same time. Main power's in the room that we went to before. Emergency power's in the basement. That's why I said two people go with me and 3 people stay up here. Let's do this. We don't have a lot of time. There are bots on the way.
Yeah. How are we going to communicate with each other to do it at the same time?
Count to 100. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, Stank. Okay, pause. Does anyone
Maybe
else
there's
have
a
an idea?
radio or an intercom or something down there. I started looking around for an intercom or something.
Friend computer, can you still count down from 100?
I also start looking for any kind of walkie-talkie or anything that might be around that could be usable.
Wristwatch.
Or a phone. A wristwatch, yeah.
What is a wristwatch?
I've seen them in books. Fancy. But no, I do think dividing our capabilities for the best success is probably going to be important. So we have Frank with the grenade. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have BM with laser gun. And we have Tina with a big wrench.
You are all being incredibly blasé about the fact that there are murder bots on the way.
Oh, I'm not being blasé.
Why are we not moving?
We are going to be moving, except we need to make sure we can do this at the same time. Otherwise, it's not going to work whatsoever. And it's not just a matter of counting to 100 because everyone counts at a different pace.
Stop talking and find a solution.
I
All
am.
right, listen. I remember something from coming in this place. There's fire escapes on every floor. There's a way out on every level. We just have to get the power off. We have to keep it off, and we can get those doors open. That's how I got in here.
I like Frank. Frank has good ideas.
Frank,
how do we coordinate between the 2 different groups?
We're gonna have to count.
That's literally what I said, Tina. Let's go.
I did want to try to find a better way.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to go downstairs, and on the count of 100, I'm going to turn off the emergency power. If you don't get yours turned off by then, we're all dead. Have fun.
Can I use science or something to figure out a way to communicate?
You know what? Yeah. Go ahead and roll that for me. Science
actually, there's engineer. That might be good too.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
But I was going to suggest if we can find some sort of timepiece, you guys do the mechanics. I've got some skill in programming. So if we can program 2 different screens to count down at the same rate. When they both hit 0, we don't have to communicate. We do have 2 synchronized clocks. So if you can get the mechanics worked out, I can get the programming worked out, and then we can have a watch.
I like that a lot, and I think that for the purposes of the characters and the relationships, I think maybe Hank doesn't remember a lot about programming at first, and I think that's something Tina remembers that Hank can do.
That's very rude, friend computer.
I know.
Tina has faith in the stinky Hank.
Stank! Before he runs out the door. Hey, Stank! Stop.
Hate you, Tina. What's up?
Stank. So, I remembered something you could do that you could help with this timing thing. And you can do
Is
it
it
quick.
hate you? Because I'm already at max on that one.
It's something you like because you can do it well. How about
killing
that?
you? Perfect.
Yeah, we'll come back and try it. It's actually you can program the computer to time it so that we can time this at the same time. Do you want to do that?
Stupidest thing. Of course I can. God damn it. All right. All right. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. Come here, give it to me.
Here.
So I'm going to
Have
actually
it.
have to roll for this one, aren't I? It's one success, but I'll spend Moxie if I need to in order to get enough successes. I've got 3 Moxie that I can spend, so.
I think that definitely will cost a Moxie. You're kind of in a time-sensitive situation right
Okay.
now. But I would say, yes, you each have like a little timepiece that is counting down that you can like both like hit start on at the same time and then get to your location. So who is going to the basement?
I've already got 3 feet out the door.
Okay. So
I mean,
Hank is
he's not going to want to go with me. And historically, I did the upper floor just fine, so I'll go back to that room.
okay. How about B Money?
Fine, I'll go.
Okay, so Hank and Brad are heading down to the basement, while Frank, other Brad, and Tina are heading to that same room that we were at the very beginning to flip that switch while the others... Okay, cool.
So I'm like running to get out of there, and then I see the bot, and I just kind of stop. I even catch myself against the door jamb and take a huge step back. Oh! I kind of try to give it the knucks again.
The door is currently closed, but you can open it if you'd like.
This is just a cleaner bot, right?
Correct.
I open the door and try to see what's going on, but I keep my hand on the...
Yeah, you open the door and it
Button.
immediately moves to start coming in towards
button.
you.
Close it again.
It runs into it.
Okay, so Brad, you have a gun.
Uh-huh.
Shoot the robot.
I'm kind of looking at it like I don't know how to work it because literally I have 0 in guns.
I mean, you just point the thing and shoot, right? Like,
Are you good with this thing?
I mean, you point the thing and shoot, right? I mean, that's the sum total of my knowledge, but I thought that was enough.
All right. And I'm like
I open the door.
holding my hands up. Oh, that's a 5.
So you, as Hank opens up the door, you tell me what this looks like, because it is Brad, and Brad is firing a gun. What does this look like?
Brad definitely closes his eyes and turns his head away. Pulls the trigger a whole bunch of times, like
Lighting up this room with red glows occasionally.
and he's screaming. Ah!
The rest of you can see every single shot missing, and then finally the last one slams into like what would be the equivalent of like the chest or the hood of this cleaner bot, and it kind of like caves in a little bit and is pushed backwards, and you see one arm like failing and the other one is like moving back and forth, and it seems to be like glitching out. Maybe it's temporary, but it's at least enough time for you to get out the door if you would like.
Hey, buddy,
yeah.
Awesome, that rules.
Let's
I
go.
kind of turn as I'm leaving, and I take a stop, and I try to turn around, and I lock eyes with Tina. Tina, look, I know we hate each other. This sucks. You're gonna get this done. I'm gonna get this done. We're gonna do this together, okay? We don't have to like each other to get this shit done.
Yeah.
I believe in you. And then I turn around and I leave.
I believe in you too, Stank!
Fucking hate you, Tina!
All
And the
right.
door closes back again. And Brad and Hank, as you are making your way down this hallway, you no longer have the floor tiles lighting up to lead the way, so you're kind of going off of your memory as it is coming back. You're remembering the layout of Orange Level. You're remembering it like you've spent a lot of time here, and as you are pushing through, you have to walk past the elevator once again, and you actually see the elevator door is still malfunctioning, but it looks like it's taken a trip since then, because you see inside of the elevator are security bots, shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. And as one sees you, as the door is malfunctioning, you see a pistol raising up and just firing, and the two of you are able to like push through the hallway. So you are able to kind of like shove yourself out of the way at that point, kind of diving back behind the next wall, and you see Hank is just a little bit too slow, goes to get behind, laser shot just hits right in the arm and kind of like pushes. Hank slams up against the wall and then scoots over. And right before you scoot over, Hank, you see that security bot like locks, like it's almost like a target has locked on you specifically, and you see the lens kind of just change slightly as you duck out of the way. You still hear that elevator is struggling; it's not quite able to open, but you kind of hear them trying to force it now. And the two of you take off. Frank, Brad, and Tina, you are heading toward the other control room. You're hearing some laser fire in the distance. But you are heading in the opposite direction as the other two.
Well, hopefully B Money's okay.
We just have to trust that they can make it.
Yeah, that's what I really care about. On our way, I just am trying to make sure, at least with my wrench, I feel pretty secure with that, and hopefully I don't die. Or if I do, at least I'd maybe come back.
I mean, at this point, I don't even know if that's going to work, given how friend computer's on the Seaman Fritz.
True. You did come back, though, when we came back, even though friend computer was on the Fritz. It's not like that didn't happen.
I mean, yeah, but with what we're doing now, like power goes out, I think you might as well just understand that. I think we're up against our last option.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
What our life's going to be like outside, if it's going to be just a hellscape, or if it's going to be... I mean, Frank, do you remember anything about before you got in?
I remember fleeing here and being in the woods.
Oh, fleeing don't bode well.
But I don't remember much.
Okay.
But if you were able to flee...
That was 300 years ago, apparently, so a lot of stuff's probably changed.
Damn.
300 years, all right. That means 300 years of bickering and bad decisions. Okay.
True. We've had a lot of experience with that, I guess. We know how to bicker through a situation.
You ever wonder, like, if we've always kind of been like this, though? I mean, like, if that's just part of our personalities, right? If for 300 years I've been kind of suspicious and self-preservating and getting people hurt, if Hank's been kind of domineering and making decisions without communicating and getting people... Like, how many bodies do you think we've left in this building from our own design?
I know that at least probably me and Hank have had a lot of experience with the bickering and a lot of...
Oh, but I mean, we had hundreds of clones.
Mm-hmm.
We're down a scant few now. You saw the bodies on orange level before we went up. Like, how many of them do you think we did to ourselves?
I don't know. I'm horrible at math. But a lot.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just trying to remember anything I can from before.
Well, I guess I'm thinking of it this way. Like, if this is the one shot we have left, and if I've left a litter of people in my wake for the last 200 years, maybe I can go out in this.
I just remembered something.
God, what?
Me and Hank, we both used to boss people around on the orange level. We used to really
I'm not
like
surprised about that from Hank at all.
Yeah, me either. Wow. We worked together. I don't know how effective it was, but we worked together. And we apparently led the team's productivity. Also, not sure how productive it was, but I guess when it was working, when everything was in working condition, and before the infection took over, that's what we did. I don't know.
I mean, none of that really surprises me. Like, I mean, two of you have always been bickering. Hank's always been bossy, but like, it hasn't always been this awful. You know? It
That's
used to be better. I don't know when. Feels like a distant memory kind of washing up against shore, but
Yeah,
it's certainly been better.
That's how it's feeling.
You guys ever remember what it used to be like between working?
There's something outside of work?
No, I mean, like, I feel like we used to hang out together, like, between work. I don't know.
I mean, all I remember is pushing buttons and pulling levers. I mean, it's kind of how I got the name.
But we ate together.
Like, not food from a tube?
And not blood?
No, it was food from a tube.
But not blood from a tube.
Not blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like those things that I think I remember called like Go-Gurt. Nothing like that, right?
Wasn't Go-Gurt.
Okay.
But I mean, like, how many hundreds of lifetimes ago was that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we get to go, maybe I get to do what I do best and pull one more lever, and we can find out if there's Go-Gurt on the outside world.
Or more infection.
Or
Hey, but at least me and other Brad got another dose of antidote, so that maybe we get a chance and survive this out there.
Maybe the antidote's Go-Gurt.
That sounds delicious. I'll take it. Inject me with Go-Gurt, please.
you would definitely prefer that over whatever Frank Computer's been cooking up. I think Frank and I can tell you.
It sounded like a trip, and not a fun trip. It sounded like it was frozen in time.
But I figure if you want, we can make our way to that room. I can try one more time to do what I do best, and maybe we can see what's outside of this tin can.
Oh, I thought we were headed that way.
We are definitely heading that way, and I'm excited to do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely, Tina's like rushing as we're talking. It's not like she's just standing still. She's like rushing way ahead, trying to get there.
And I think as the three of you like round the corner to get to the hallway that has the doorway that you need, you see security bots rounding the other corner.
Oh shit.
The door is directly between you and the security bots. What would you like to do? You hear them on the other side, halt! And they are like raising their rifles. Put your hands up!
And I'm gonna yell to those two, get to the door, get in there. I'm gonna throw this. So I pull the pin and wait for them to start moving.
As you are sprinting through, kind of like ducking down to the floor as you see these guns beginning to fire. I'm going to say one of them slams into your leg, Brad, and you're able to kind of like climb over. You see the door is unlocked. You can kind of just push it open, push yourself through. Tina, you feel the laser, like the heat of it almost, just graze against your side. There's a good wound against your ribs as you are flung into this room as well. And Frank, what would you like to do?
All right, so I think I'm going to underhand toss the grenade towards the robots to try and get it to land behind them while doing that run towards the door.
Okay, yeah, let's make that roll and see how well you do.
The only success I got was the computer die. So,
there's this moment of panic because they started firing a lot quicker than you were expecting, and you see hits come onto Brad and Tina. Like, they were definitely hit, and then you see them flung into the room, and you're not sure if they're alive. You're not sure what state they're in. So you just begin rushing towards the door, and you're kind of fumbling with the grenade for a moment, pull the pin, throw it, and as you're making it to the door, you see all guns are trained on you now. And as they go to fire, they watch the grenade come up, and you watch one of them move the gun like a baseball bat and tink, fling it back towards you. I'm gonna have you now roll something to try to get into this room before this grenade hits you. Athletics and violence, even if you wanted.
Okay.
As you were just literally trying to fling yourself into this room.
I got 2 successes on my regular dice and then a 4 on the computer die.
Damn it. I really wanted you to roll a 6 on the computer die because the computer probably would have shut the door and not let you in. That would have been hilarious. But I'm glad you made it, but like also.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you fling through, and as you're going through, you just like slam onto the button that closes the door. The door closes, and then you hear the explosion right outside, and the door bends inward. It actually like blasts pieces of the door in, like sharp edges come towards you, and all of you feel it. Not enough to give you like another injury or anything, but there is shrapnel that slams into you, cuts into your skin, and the 3 of you lay there, as you hear the security bots coming in this direction. But this is the room that you need to be at. So there is a moment of, you'll have to defend this until it is time. That being said, Frank, you do see that Brad and Tina are still alive.
You two okay?
Yeah, that didn't go as planned, but I'm good.
Well, we're alive.
Small blessings where we're supposed to be. I guess now we just need to bide our time until we hopefully pop off and time it with Hank and BM.
Hopefully they're doing better than us.
And at that, I think we'll cut over to Hank. I hope they're doing better than us. Hard cut over to Hank and Brad.
And we're sitting with our feet up and we're drinking cocktails and smoking cigars.
A Mai Tai, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just watching the timer like, man, I hope they're ready. Yeah, what do we come back to? Is there anything specific that you are doing?
So I'm kind of cradling my right arm. Like there's nothing I can't really do anything with it. It's just, I've been shot, so it really hurts. And I'm holding the timer in this hand, and we're kind of trying to rush towards. I assume we know where we're going. The stairs, like the downstairs. Like something in my memory knows this is the way to go downstairs. And so I'm kind of hurrying along, and I just kind of stop and I go, B-Rad, here, take this. I got an injury, just take it. Let's go. And then we kind of continue moving towards the stairs.
Yeah, and eventually you do like burst through the doors and you see the stairs that are leading down, and you're almost like, probably especially Brad, you're remembering you've done things in here. You can't remember exactly, but it's very, very familiar to you, and you are sprinting down these stairs, and you know exactly where you need to go once you get down below. But you are running down the stairs, and you can hear the banging of the security bots on the door itself, trying to get it open.
All right, B-Rad. Right. We go right?
I think so.
Okay, all right. So we kind of rush around the corner. What do we see?
Rushing around the corner, Hank, you're slightly overwhelmed at the amount of wires and buttons and levers and smaller computer screens that are like very specifically for one thing, different speakers, there's all kinds of shit in here, and it's an entire like 2 walls that you're looking at, where if you had to do this by yourself, you probably would have no idea what you're looking for. But Brad, you are kind of glancing, you can see, you're not sure how you know, but there's a lever that is catching your eye, and you're pretty sure that is the one that you will need.
That lever right there.
Oh, thank God. Okay, all right. B-Red, I'm very glad that you are here with me. I got no idea what I'm doing. So, all right. Is it? I mean, I'm 6 feet isn't tall, but can we?
Is there a box?
Yeah, you could probably just look over and like calmly drag a toolbox or a crate or something over.
All right. So I'll get up there. You just tell me when to throw the switch.
And I see the computer monitor somewhere that's ticking down the time.
Yeah, we'll say you have like some sort of device with you, and you're looking at it. But as you do look around, you do see all of these smaller monitors over here have all flipped and changed, and you just see like an eye that is turned and watching you.
Hey, look at that.
Watching me or watching Brad or watching both of us?
Both of you.
Do I
don't
see
like that?
Yeah, do I see cameras?
No. No, you do not.
Friend computer, we're gonna help you out. Just give us a minute or two, whatever it says on the.
Yeah, you're glancing and it will say it does have like 2 minutes and then changes to like 1:59 and
But I lie. I give it the like a. I'll
a little bit more.
We'll help you in a yeah.
Give us like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think you hear, you do not have 4 minutes. And the door, you hear it like burst open and you hear the security bots trying to begin to make their way down the stairs towards you.
I look around. Are there any debris, detritus? Can we get anything in their way? Can we?
There are quite a few rolly chairs. You could probably move some of the desks that aren't attached to the walls.
Yeah, I start doing that. I grab as much junk and I kind of throw it in the way as I can.
Yeah, Hank just jumps down and starts shoving things over to the stairs. Perfect. Heading back to the other group, you see you have a minute and 30 seconds left. You hear the security bots at the door. Hands are kind of like coming in and just prying away the metal the best that they can to try to get through. What would you like to do?
I also look to see if there's anything around that we could put in front of the door to block the passage of.
I think it's one of those like diagonally split screens for a moment, and at the same time Hank and Tina are like, is there something we can use to block the door, like at the same time, in the same little bit of panic, and both of you begin moving and just like shoving things up against the door at the same time. Yeah, we see chairs and desks just being like scooted up against the door to the stairs for Hank and the door to this room for Tina.
So all I have is this big wrench that I'm really terrible about swinging. I mean, I can do my best. Do either of you? I mean, I'm just wondering who's going to pull the lever when it's time and who's going to be ready to defend us when it's also time.
I mean, when it comes to defense, Frank is my first line of defense.
I do vote for you, Frank. You're a good defender.
I need a weapon. I'm out of grenades.
Take my wrench. I am going to be lousy with it. You will be way better.
All right.
Okay, everyone is just getting really on edge as you are literally like counting down the moments that you have left to get this done. And you're trying to think if you can rig something up, and you're just realizing you don't have time. Even if you could come up with the perfect plan, you don't have time.
Yeah.
And you look down and you have 40 seconds.
I guess
Okay.
my time to shine is coming up, so I'll just run over to the lever and just kind of, I guess, brace myself to pull it.
Yeah, so for all groups, once that timer hits 30 seconds, the security bots have reached the bottom of the stairs and are trying to smash through the debris that you have put in the way. And the security bots have burst through the door itself and are trying to push and move over the debris out of the way. You are all going to have one action. You will be rolling for this action. What would each of you like to do? This is your last stand. This is counting. If you're pulling the lever, you're pulling the lever. That is your action. Yeah.
That's me.
So, Brad would be trying to figure out a way to engineer, like using his engineering abilities to like override the door or something to get like one of those big fire doors to come down or something, just to buy us like a couple more seconds.
While I'm pulling the lever, am I allowed to talk to friend computer? Because that was going to be my action anyways, is to try to bluff my way out of this.
I'm gonna try and swing the wrench as many times as I can and aim for their like vision, like where their cameras would be.
Okay.
Tina's terrible at a lot, but she can also bluff really well, and has high psychology. Is there any way like she could lie about like maybe something behind the security bots or something, or trying to like get them distracted by something behind them?
All right, give me those rolls, or give me the successes.
I
Yeah,
got
put it.
3 successes, and a 3 on the computer die.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 3 successes. I put in the chat as like my best roll ever.
Damn.
Plus 4 on the computer die.
Yeah, the charm was 3 successes and a 4 on the computer die.
What the fuck is happening right now?
I've never rolled with this well ever in my entire life for anything.
The the dice heard you say, "This is your last stand," and everybody's like, "Okay."
I had 2 successes and a 6 on the computer die.
Okay. So while this chaos is happening, you hear the smashing of the tables and the desks as these security bots are trying to move everything out of the way. Down below, Brad, what does it look like as you're able to, we'll say you do get like the some sort of almost like contamination door to come down and block this staircase. What does this look like as these security bots are pushing through? They're grabbing the last desk and chucking it, and you like duck out of the way of that desk. What happens?
Well, I proudly proclaim, let's say, this is just like in Star Wars where the blast door closes. And the thing comes down and maybe like it catches one of the robot's like hands or something and it plops on the floor.
Yeah, just smashes down. You see one of the hands. It's like we'll say it's the arm with the gun on it. That has just rolled to your feet. And you see the other security bots on the other side slamming, but you can't even hear it. Like, it's so reinforced at this point that it's just slamming into it. You see even
and this is like the Mandalorian when I don't even know if it existed.
Oh no, that's when Dark Vader cuts off Picard's hand. I saw that one. I remember that one.
And then we cut over to we see Brad probably like counting down out loud 10, 9, and we see Frank. What does it look like as Frank is just going ham on these security bots as they are like pushing the last desk out of the way? There are 3 of them here in this doorway moving towards you, but you got 3 successes. What does this look like?
Yeah, so I'm going to just kind of move bot to bot and just smash all the cameras I can, just so they don't know where we are. It's not great, but it's the best I can do with one thing.
Perfect. And Tina, how are you? What are you trying to say to these security bots?
I want them to like just be distracted and go to the way of just the opposite end of the hall, because basically I'm yelling like, "Oh no, those cleaner bots are on their way and they have all their soapy mops out and they are going to get you all sudsy and destroy your computer bits. Better stop them." Think that's effective?
And you see this moment where as Frank is slamming the wrench into the first camera on this bot, you see the glass shatter, you see like a spark fly out, and the other bots that are standing there hear this command and they all turn to look down this hallway, and you hear over the intercom friend computer pop in and say, "Kill them all." And they all turn back towards you instead. Rolling that computer die, the bluff did not quite work, and they turn back towards you and are moving forward. As soon as one steps forward, another wrench smashes into the side of that one from Frank, just standing there, swinging wildly. And then we cut to Hank. As you are also watching this timer go down, what are you saying?
Friend computer, I don't understand why you're attacking us. We have been nothing but friendly to you this entire time. Look, I understand that we are all very high energy right now. We're very high tension. We've got a whole lot of stuff going on, but I promise you that this is for your own good. This is for everyone's own good. We're on the same side here. All we have been doing is helping you from the very beginning. Now, I know, I get it. I understand that. But look, you are the person who knows me the best. I have been here for 20 years. I have been revived, and I've been helping you, and you've been helping me, and we've been friends, and we've been on the same page. We are on the same page right now. You have to trust me, friend computer. Please, just trust me.
And at this point, you are hearing you're almost feeling it more than you are hearing these just grenades being launched at this door, trying to get in. You don't see the security bots up against it anymore, but you hear the banging of the grenades up against the door, and you hear all of you hear over the intercom now. You hear friend computer, but it's not the same voice that you've been hearing. It's higher, it's distorted, and it's just saying, "I'm so sorry," and it's just distorted and going over and over and over. And Frank, you lift up your foot and kick the last security bot out of the door, and the timer says 3, 2, 1. Hank and Brad pull the levers down. The facility is completely dark. There's no light at all. You are noticing how silent everything becomes as well.
Kind of hoping for some emergency power. I mean, Frank, if we can find any of these doors you were talking about, I'm game for them.
Yeah, we don't want emergency power. We got to get out of here.
Yeah. Does anyone have any kind of flashlight or any kind of light?
B-Rad, you all right?
Yeah, I seem to be okay.
I can't see shit. Where are we going?
Wasn't there an escape tunnel or something I heard about? Or should we meet back up with the group?
Shortest way out, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I think all of you are kind of getting your bearings and beginning to try to head towards the direction that you just somehow know is the fastest way out. And it is very, very dark, unless you can probably maybe stumble across a flashlight somewhere. But you know that with all of this shut down, all of the bots that were attacking you are just standing, powered down as well. There is no power to any of them. You see some of them they still have their guns up and aimed and ready, but there are no lights, no power, nobody's home. And you rush out, and you are rushing toward where you know is the quickest way out of this facility. And I'm going to say there's a moment where as you are all rushing down this hallway, you're just hearing each other's footsteps and breathing and everything. It's so quiet. And Frank, you're remembering something. You're remembering what you used to use as poker chips when you were playing cards. Different things every time, but you were always playing cards with these people. And Brad, you're remembering, you guys used to spend a lot of time in the cafeteria between shifts. You used to spend all kinds of time there. You used to spend time pooling credits together to buy something absolutely fucking ridiculous out of the vending machines. And Tina, you're remembering, no, you and Hank definitely still fought, even when you were working together. You're remembering, no, there were definitely arguments where you were trying to decide the best way to pass on policies or to really just take control of Orange Level. Huge disagreements there. But you remember and you know that you were always on each other's side. Brad, you are remembering various times that you were called over to many of your friends' quarters to give advice. You're pretty sure you're pretty smart. And there's this moment where you're remembering, no, it wasn't just because you were smart. You were your friends. You're friends with these people. Like, you're actually friends with these people. And Hank, you are remembering you've spent many, many days just existing with these people before anything happened, before any signs of infection, before the facility killed everyone. You spent so much time with these 4 people. And there's a moment with all of you running, not sure if you're going to see the other half of this group again. Sprinting down the hallway, you both see lights coming from the opposite end. And for a moment, you're afraid. And then as you're getting closer, you're realizing you're running into each other. Just before the stairs that will lead to the door that leads outside. You are together again.
All right, together again for the first time, kids.
But as I am recalling, also not the very first time as well.
Oh, no, not in the least. I think we all kind of...
Save the tears till we get outside. I'm like, run past him and run up the ladder or the stairs or whatever.
Okay.
That might be a perfectly
Facts,
good
not
way
feelings.
to...
Be money smart. Let's do this.
Up and out.
Just following.
All right, you are rushing up out of these doors, and these doors, as the power is down, they're not sealed. You're able to kind of crank them open, and I'll say 2 of you probably do so, rushing over and just kind of cranking these doors open. They reveal like concrete stairs that lead up, and you sprint up them. You're running. You see light up above. You see outside. And as you are running and sprinting up these stairs, air hits your face with smells that you've never experienced before. Dirt, fresh air, you're running as fast as you can. You're realizing you have experienced these smells before. Where have you experienced these smells before? You hear the doors, like, close behind you after not being held in the crank. And finally, after what feels like centuries of running up these stairs, you make it to the top. And just as you go to look out over the horizon to see what the outside world looks like, you hear dozens and dozens of laser pistols. We see your bodies slump down onto the top few stairs. Our scene closes as our characters open their eyes. They are lying on the cold linoleum floor of the Alpha Complex. Emergency lights are flashing, making everything in a red tint. No noise, just the red lights. And as they're waking up, they begin to look around at their surroundings and each other, all wearing orange jumpsuits, with no memory of how they got there. Hello, Troubleshooters. You may call me friend, computer, because I am your friend.
Wait, does this mean I had more lives?
No, you definitely do not wake back up.
But on iteration 7506, I have 300 extra credits. Marscore is my favorite subgenre of techno music.
I don't take compliments well, so
Well, good night.
It's a good exit.